All right, good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, May 29th at 2024. We are here for the 9 a.m. docket in the 455th Civil District Court after a very stormy night in Austin, Texas. Things are looking a little brighter and a little washed by the rainwater today, so it's a nice, refreshing morning. All right, this has been set by the respondent. May I please have announcements first by the attorney for the respondent and then for the petitioner?
Morning again, Judge. Andrew Robertson for Eric Torres.
Good morning, Mr. Robertson.
Good morning, Judge. Janie Badgett on behalf of Paula Torres, and we actually had filed a motion for a continuance. The reason being is that the only dispute left in the decree is over the tax provisions, and this case settled in mediation back in October. And that was a big issue at mediation. The parties hadn't filed taxes since 2016. And so my client, Ms. Torres, is here today. She met with her CPA on Friday, and we are just asking for a very brief continuance so that her CPA can review the tax provisions in the decree and make sure that she is protected filing taxes moving forward. And so with the holiday weekend, it was just she was unable until she met with her CPA on Friday, but her CPA has not been able to review the language in the decree yet. And I did speak with Mr. Robertson yesterday about it, and we weren't able to work out a short reset. So that is why I filed a continuance yesterday. And again, just a very short reset, maybe a week at most, is all we would need for her CPA to look over everything. So we're asking for a continuance.
Here's the situation. This one, and you all had the settlement agreement in October. These people haven't paid taxes since 2016. So to come all the way over into May and not having had talked to the accountant yet, that's not sitting very well with me. No, Ms. Toddis, this is not your chance to speak, where your attorney will speak for you. But, you know, as they say, there's two things that are certain in this life, death and taxes. So it's no secret to anyone that those taxes are owed and that that was a big issue. Let me hear from you, Mr. Robertson.
Judge, I would echo what you said, but the MSA was entered into 8 months ago. The decree was drafted shortly after that. Opposing counsel and I then approved it as the form. Mr. Torres, my client, approved it. And then it just kind of sat there for like 6 months. I sent numerous emails. I mean, I'm not joking, probably around 10 emails following up. And it finally got to the point where, I had to set this entry hearing. This date was
That's why you're here. Yeah.
Was agreed to. As to the tax language, Ms. Torres has had 8 months since the MSA to get with the CPA, and really she's had, I don't know, over a year since the divorce was filed to get with the divorce was filed in March of 2023. Either way, I guess my position would be, even if she got a CPA involved now, there's nothing the CPA can do. The tax language we used in the decree is taken directly from the MSA. So it is what it is at this point. I mean, she can't go back and change an MSA because her CPA now says something different. I don't even know if the CPA would say that. But again, we used the Texas Family Practice Manual tax language, and then for any minor change, we copied and pasted basically directly out of the MSA. So again, I guess my position would be the CPA can't even do anything at this point, and this case has been on file for, I don't know, 16 months. So we're asking the court to sign the decree and finalize this divorce.
All right, Ms. Badgett, this has got an issue in it. Also, the MSA has the tax language in it. We can't really get in there and change it. Your motion for continuance, it's not in the file. You may have filed it. It's not in the file, so we can't see if it meets the requirements, the basic requirements. Ms. Badgett, I am struggling to understand why we shouldn't just go on and enter today.
Yes, may I briefly respond to that? So I disagree that the language in the decree matches what's in the Texas Family Law Practice.
This is a fight. This is a fight. All right, go ahead. You all are not in agreement. Tell me what's your situation here, Ms. Badgett.
The tax language Mr. Robertson had drafted in the original decree was changed just a few weeks ago. And so it's only 5 provisions long right now. I don't believe it covers all of the bases that it needs to. It's not what's in the Texas Family Law Practice Manual. And the parties are married filing separately for 2017 through 2022. My client also, just informed me that Mr. Torres himself just finally reached out to the CPA as well. So as far as the delay on why they haven't filed taxes yet, why they haven't remedied this situation, I would say I believe that's Mr. Torres's fault in that situation. She's trying to work this out. And again, I think that, a short reset a week is enough time for her CPA to look at the language and to make sure that she is protected when they're filing separate returns for the last 5 years, that she's not going to be held responsible for any tax liability that might arise from Mr. Torres's returns. Or if he doesn't file any penalties, anything like that. I'm not a tax attorney. I told my client, I said, I can't provide you, legal advice as it pertains to the tax language in this decree. And I would feel better protecting my license to have her CPA have the opportunity to look over this and to come back in a week if we're not able to get this resolved.
Mr. Robertson?
Yeah, Judge. And again, what's not from the Texas Family Practice Manual is what I copied.
I don't know what y'all's stuff says. I can't even see the continuance. So
Yeah.
here's the situation, Ms. Torres. Not paying taxes since 2016 is very, very serious. Waiting 8 months to talk to your accountant, whether or not you point the finger at husband and say, or still, no, we haven't signed the decree yet. It's his fault. It's very serious. You got to take responsibility for paying your taxes and getting ready for court, and you've done neither. I am really not wanting to grant a continuance to you at all, but I am going to grant a very short continuance. What is today? You've got till Friday to work this out, Ms. Badgett. You come back to me on Friday morning with this, and this type of thing it is not okay in the courts. We cannot see your continuance. I don't even know if it's verified. I kind of doubt it is. So it's probably not good. It's probably not even a valid continuance. But I want you back here on Friday. You all hammer this out. This case has been sitting on the docket long enough, and it reflects poorly on the courts because you all aren't taking care of business. And it's not the type of thing that any of us should have to tolerate. Continuance is granted. We will see you back on Friday morning. You let Mr. Stokes know. All right, you may be dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, just,
No, you're out. Goodbye. We'll see
are
you
we doing
Friday.
it on Zoom on Friday?
Yes, Friday morning on Zoom. Of course, we're not having you all come into this for this type of really poor, shoddy work. We're not having you come in person and charging your clients and wasting your time. You come in on Zoom, you get this worked out, and please don't come back to the courts again with this type of, oh, we signed an agreement in October, but here it is May and we still haven't landed the plane on it. That is not okay. It is not okay. It is better for you at some point to compromise and figure it out and take care of your business than it is to do this. So we will see you Friday morning. Let Mr. Stokes know that your clients are dragging their feet, and I've given you a very short recess for the tax accountants to work it out. We'll see you then. But right now, I have other things to work on other than folks who cannot seem to get their business together. So please, you may be excused. We're going to go on to the next case.